What is up, everyone? I am going to show a little work here. Now, when you watch, I know everybody's got their own way of doing stuff, but this is how I do it. And if you're wondering what my work looks like, there's plenty of finished pieces, video, all types of stuff. So, you know, I know we all got our own way of doing it. The reason why I'm saying that is because, honestly, if you see something you think I'm doing wrong, I don't mind if you tell me, but I'm still going to keep doing it. I think the results speak for themselves. Yes, this area is messy. And you know what? This is the first time I am using, excuse me, sorry about that, my new camera holder. I've been, usually I hold it by my hand or some BS like that, and it never does a good job. I'm gonna try this brush. I don't really get into, if anybody watches me that's watching now, you'll know I don't have the greatest brushes. They're mostly pieces of shit, and I just keep using them while they are pieces of shit. And what I mean by that is, they don't always start out as shitty, but they're like low quality, so I'll use it like if there's a little piece sticking out of a brush and I want to do something small, I'll just use it. Now you know why I'm always asking people to, well, I used to ask people to donate. I do have a GoFundMe, and I am trying to get my YouTube count up of followers. It would be nice if everybody that follows me on Facebook just took a few minutes to go over to YouTube and follow me there. You don't have to hit the notification button, but you could. It only takes a few minutes. I have put a post out about that a few times. Just trying to get my count up so I can get some advertisement going on there. And if you don't know, you have to have like 1,000 followers. So on Facebook, sure, I have over 2,500, but on YouTube, I have like 86. And I appreciate everyone who went over there to follow me. But apparently, it's a very low percentage because it was like 7 out of 2,500. I know everybody's busy, but again, if you hear this and you have a moment to go over there real quick and just follow me, that'd be great. Put my videos on loop. You don't even have to watch them. They're all about the same videos you see here. Not always, but usually. So this is blue wash, and I'll show you what it is real quick before I use it. It is this. The number is, in case you can't see this, 76.524. It's for gray armor. It's called blue gray. Oh shit, sorry. You want to see it? And so I don't normally use it ever. I put it on an Arbiter. I put on something else before, I forget what it was, but I did put it on an Arbiter. And a lot of people like it. All it really does is kind of like if you do put it on gray armor, it doesn't actually make it reflective, but it kind of the way when it dries, it's almost like how a reflection would look on it. Now when I put this on, being that I don't do it a lot, I just let it dry wherever it rolls. As opposed to like and I don't use any more dark washer, so I'm gonna put on this, I will wipe it off because I don't want it to just cover the entire model. But this, if you can see, you know what, let me zoom in a little bit. It's a pain in the ass because this camera thing is not very flexible when it comes to looking down, actually. That's about it. You know what? I'm just gonna zoom out. I'm not gonna move the model, but that's good enough. I'm pretty sure you can see. So, I mean, it's nothing big to watch. It's just I'm putting this on, so all I do is just put it on there. Actually, I didn't put enough on the brush. There. Just let it roll down. You know, it actually does work to let it roll down. Some people don't like to do it this way. I don't always do it this way. When I'm weathering other stuff, I don't do it like this. But, you know, it is what it is. I think it just depends on the model and what you're trying to accomplish. So I can just put it on like that. and it'll run off. You see how it's collecting in the corner? That's kind of what you want it to do. I can't really see the other side of his foot. I'm not going to turn him for now. Just leave him like this. And just kind of... I mean, if he dries sort of like that, it'll be perfect. And that's what I'll do over here. You won't be able to see everything, but this is a big model. It's a 1/6 scale model, and it's almost 16 inches tall. It's like 15.7 maybe. So I'm not really into handling it much. I'm not gonna move it, is what I'm saying. I mean, I'll probably turn it when I get to the other parts, but what I'm doing this, I'm not gonna. And this stuff really does look great when it dries. Believe it or not, if you've never used it, like I was saying earlier, some people probably use it a different way, or they use it on minis. Minis is a completely different type of painting. I used to argue with my brother about it all the time until he did a model like one of these, and he's like, yeah, it's not the same. Of course it's not. It would never be the same. Whereas I could take one brush of paint and do a whole leg. You cannot do them on these. And this is just like, I'm not gonna go back and rub it all around. I just wanted to roll down all the lines. That's all I care about. It's not meant to do anything besides that. I mean, if you can see it, I don't know how it looks in the camera right now. I mean, I can kind of see it on my TV. It's much more visual in person. I just try to follow these lines and let basically the weight of this stuff drag itself down across him. And then, you know, this stuff is very easy to use. So tomorrow, or not even tomorrow, later, after I'm done putting it on, I can go back and wipe off what I don't like, which is what I used to do with all my models, because I was like picky where I put it, and I'm still am, but with this blue one, that's not the point of it. Yeah, that looks great. It'll just dribble down. Probably wipe it off his suit before it really dries. That's always a good idea. And as I said, I don't normally use this stuff, but I had a customer who really wanted it. They saw my old Arbiter, actually a long time ago. And then they came when they bought it. I actually had changed the way I was doing it, and so when I got done, they were expecting blue wash, and I guess that's what it is. And I was not using it because I don't normally use it. And also, when I apply the wash in general, which not the blue, like the normal wash I use, I don't. I used to just like blob it on and then wipe it off where I didn't like it, and I stopped doing that as well. So when I saw the photo, I totally realized that was a different technique that they were looking at, and I didn't know until at the end, which sucks because I ended up just redoing the whole model, which this is a brand new one completely. And once this stuff is dry or done to what I want, I will be putting on a black wash, just straight dark. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's really dark wash. You gotta be careful with that because, you know, in the first thing you're thinking, I'll just put it on. But if you don't put it on and watch what you're doing, it'll just look like it just looks like shit. I think one of the reasons for it is, now he does have body lines, as you can see them. But unlike when you're doing panel lining, when you put the wash on this, it's just not the same. It doesn't run in the panel. There's no paneling. It's just his armor, and it doesn't stay in the panels either. As you can see, it's kind of rolling down. That's why you gotta, in my opinion, you have got to pay attention to what you're doing more. I used to do, you know what I really want to do them again. I used to do Star Wars ships. I don't know if anybody out there has ever done them. They're obviously totally different than doing these. I miss doing them. I used to do them and light them, and that was back in the day, I would call it, which is like 5 years ago. Yeah, when you did the paneling, sometimes you would use a pencil to get down inside, because not everybody likes to just use wash on them, which is weird. Using wash on a spaceship, because why would it even be dirty? It's one of those questions. So the Millennium Falcon must have got dirty in the spaceport, because definitely I don't see why it would get dirty in space. Anyway, yeah, so I used to do those, and I would light them with fiber optics. In fact, I actually have a Star Destroyer out. I think it is in my garage, and it is. Matter of fact, I just saw it. It is in my garage in a tub, and it still has the fiber optics like half done. Not even half done. They're probably like an eighth of a way done, and I'm looking at them like, man, if you've never done them, they are a lot of time, and it's a lot of time and work. People see them and they're like, oh, look, a spaceship that lights up. But to do them with the fiber optics is very, very time consuming. And if you don't do them carefully, they look like ass, because you put too many lights, it's stupid. If you don't put enough, it's stupid. It's like, you gotta get them right. At least if you don't have to, but I mean, if you want them to be like a nice piece, yes, I would tell you to look around, look at other people's work, get as much info as you can, because my dumb ass, I thought I had enough, and somebody I know who's actually really good at it too is like, oh, no, you need way more holes. I'm like, okay. And I took a lot of time, and I put way too many holes in it. Now when I look at it, I'm like, why did I do that? And I'm not gonna blame him, because he didn't say how many by the number. When he said more, I just was like, oh, okay, and I just put a lot more. You gotta be careful with those, because guess what? It's a lot of time to do them, and it looks like shit, so you spend a lot of time to make a piece of shit. And that is not fun. You definitely want to be careful when you do it. Yeah, like this part right here, I definitely slopped that on there because it's a small piece. It's very small, so I apply it differently there. Like this one, I kind of just won't put it along the top edge. It'll roll down on its own. As you can see, it rolling down his leg. Then I'll just do the same here, because again, this is gonna get black wash put on it afterwards, and I don't want the black wash being overly, powering, because the buyer, the guy who bought this, wants. I don't have the photo to show you, but in the other photo, there's instead of just being having wash like I normally do, it has areas where there's no wash, or just like hints of it, and you can't do that if you're not careful. If you do it like I'm putting this blue with the black, you can forget. It's gonna look shitty. It will not look like he wants it to, or how the photo, it's how I used to do it, as I said before. I kind of like, I definitely gonna have to wipe that off, which I won't do on the video, but you can't have that. If it was the black wash, I would leave it, but it's not. I want this to stay in the grooves as much as I can. Like those and these. That's why I'll put it on like this, because I want to get into as many cuts as I can. You see, I'll wipe it down the lines. trying to get it to cling to those lines. It doesn't really want to, and I don't really like that. So probably should just use a paintbrush to do it. It's actually not that bad. It's good at grabbing paint. If you never did that before, you know, if you want to grab loose paint that you don't want somewhere, a paintbrush is really good at that. It'll soak it up. Get that off. Let me look around. I'm just getting the excess blue wash off his armor or his undersuit. Don't want it on there. It'll probably wouldn't be that noticeable when it dries, but at the same time, you know, big drips that I don't like, for example, right there, I don't want that blue right there. And now it's gone. And I'll have to come back and do this again. I can already tell. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna continue. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to turn him around. I think to get that leading edge at the top because it's important to have that visual. And then once I'm done with all the washing, I'll be installing his guns that go on his back, the carbine. I like to drill them later when everything's dry. Looks good, in my opinion, which I hope counts for something. And this arm is not glued in. So what I mean by the grooves is like these little grooves. I just like to brush it into them any way I can. There's no technique, as you can see. Just get it in there, into all of them, and then what I'll do is also something I've done in the past. It's all on there. I'll take this, you can see the paper towel and kind of just get it down the center, wipe it off as much as, I don't care if it removes it from these, it's better than having it all over in the end when it dries. And so, look at all that. That's what I don't want. I mean, it's not the end of the world, you know. You could probably get it out with some water later, but I'm already here, so, you know what? Let me tickle his underarm while his arm's off. Check it out. Oh, I forgot to get in here. That would have been bad. I like it. Looking good. Then I will wipe this. This really works good if you go like this, like dab it on there, because it squeezes out the wash, and then it runs down the armor better. All right, I think he's good. Now, while I have him like this, just a few more. His sword is, I printed a new sword if anybody's wondering where it is. I just gotta prime the hand tomorrow and, you know, put the paint on for the armor and then his hand on it. And then it will be, if anybody wants to know, if you buy one of these and I ship it to you, it ships just like this. And then the sword will come glued in already because it's, if you don't glue this in right, you get a gap right here. And, you'll get a gap right here. So I glue the hand in, then when you get it, you gotta glue the arm in. And you definitely get a gap there. A lot of people, even myself, I've done it before, because you look on the top and you're like, oh, it looks great. But it actually looks great in one position and then another position. And if you have it in the wrong one, it looks great on the top, but it's a gap in the bottom. And once it glues in, you try taking it out, guess what? It's gonna snap. And what I mean snap is where the key fits in will snap. I've tried to get it out so many times, never got it out without snapping. Oh wait, that's not true, once. And it wasn't somebody, so I got, you know, wish a good thing. All right, you can see the blue, it's drying pretty well. I don't know why it won't stand this little piece. Kinda let it, there, that looks better. Same thing with this one. There, that looks better. I don't know, everybody, what do you think? It's not supposed to be a heavy wash, if anybody's wondering. It's just like, it's supposed to be subtle, and that's the way it looks. If you put it on right, that's the way it dries. Now, if I were to let it dry and come back and put it on, let it dry, put it on, let it dry, put it on, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of it, but that's not the idea behind it. You definitely don't want a lot. And if you see me going back right now, it's because I just want to get like right on the edges, maybe a little buildup on the edges, you know, because remember, there's black wash going over this. And I will go tomorrow. I'm not gonna do, I was gonna do it all tonight, but I'm not going to. I have some other things I gotta do, and I had to do all the magnets in his feet, and I did a couple other models when I did this. And so I kind of had a delay today, and my airbrush was being a bitch. And I can't use my other airbrush, something wrong with it. I really need to get some new equipment. If I can get money to get it, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Donations are happily accepted. Or just support my channel, that'll help. And I do have a Patreon. What do you guys think? And girls. Don't want to leave anybody out. I think it's looking good. Yeah, right there, just a little bit. I don't want to get it on his face. That's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. And then that'll look great when the black's the black. I'll just put like right there, put a little black up here, you know. Have to share some room with blue. I am not happy with that right now. I'm telling you right now. There's too much of this blue, right? Good. See, it comes right off. When you hate it, you just wipe it off. So this is the process. If anybody didn't know how to do it or never done it before, this is what you'll go through. All you gotta do is just take your time, be careful, and you'll do a great job. All right, everyone. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and if you're on YouTube watching this, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. And peace to all, and I will see you on the next video, hopefully soon, and have a good one. Thank you. If I can get to the off button.